today's news.
Trump Facebook ban lifted.
In their words, the risk has receded.
First grade shooting shakeup.
We do have to move in a new direction.
Successful separation surgery.
Back to normal babies. Can't wait to hold them both.
Good morning. I'm Steve Kathan with the CBS World News Roundup. Former President Donald Trump could start posting again soon on two major social media accounts. His Facebook and Instagram privileges were suspended after the Capitol attack, but now, as CBS's Robert Costa tells us, the parent company Meta says they'll be reinstated.
Nick Clegg, president of global affairs for Meta, said the former president would have to play by the rules, and there would be guardrails. But the social media company doesn't want to get in the way of open, public, and democratic debate.
The American people should hear from, including on our apps and services, from those who want to lead them.
In another interview, Clegg was pressed on the risk of political violence.
I'm not saying everything is perfect, no one is, but we're saying that if you compare it to the circumstances which led to his original suspension, we think the risk to public safety has materially and significantly receded.
But Trump hasn't demonstrated any significant changes in behavior since that ban, says Atlantic staff writer Charlie Warzel.
If you look at Donald Trump's conduct on his own platform, Truth Social, it is increasingly erratic.
Overseas, news stepped up attacks in Ukraine by Russian forces hours after President Biden committed American tanks to Ukraine. The BBC's James Waterhouse is in Kyiv.
This is a continuation of a tactic by Moscow to take out Ukraine's infrastructure, to deprive people of power and energy. And it also coincides with this really significant declaration by both the US and Germany that it will supply modern tanks to Ukraine.
The school board in Newport News, Virginia, has voted to oust Superintendent George Parker weeks after a 6-year-old boy shot and wounded a teacher in class. Board member Terry Best.
One of the things that a very intelligent person told me was when a leader loses the trust of those that follow them, that it's time for them to go.
Also, the school's assistant principal has resigned. The wounded teacher is suing the district, saying officials did not act on warnings hours before the gunfire. Now to South Carolina, CBS's Nikki Batiste is covering the murder trial of a prominent lawyer accused of killing his wife and one of his adult sons.
Appearing calm and confident, Alex Murdaugh listened closely as the lead prosecutor called the crimes a perfect storm of desperation.
The key piece of forensic evidence that you're going to hear in this case is the cell phone evidence.
He told the jury cell phone evidence places Murdaugh at the family's estate within minutes of when his wife Maggie and 22-year-old son Paul were shot to death at close range. The prosecution also argued that bullet casings found by Maggie's body match a firearm Murdaugh owned, which is now missing.
It was a family weapon that killed Maggie Murdaugh.
The defense fired back.
He didn't do it. He didn't kill Butcher, his son and wife.
Murdaugh's lawyer, Dick Harpootlian, says there is zero evidence his client committed the murders.
They decided that night he did it.
Vice President Harris went to the memorial for 11 shooting victims in Monterey Park, California, and called for Congress to act on tougher gun laws.
Can they do something? Yes. Should they do something? Yes. Will they do something? That is where we all must speak up and speak to our elected representatives.
Police say the 72-year-old gunman had no known connection with the victims, and a motive is still not clear. The government says the economy grew at an annual rate of 2.9% during the last 3 months of 2022. 4 minutes after the hour. Nobody should have to.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cab News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.